Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. Today is Monday, July 5th. I hope everyone had a wonderful and safe 4th of July weekend. And because today is a Monday, that means it's time for What Sold on eBay. Most of you are probably well aware by now that Keith and I are moving to Florida. We have about two and a half weeks left, so we have been very, very focused on all of the details that go into moving long distance across the country, and we haven't been listing as much. Of course, we've also been dropping a lot of listings off and donating them, just older items, things that we decided were poop or not worth paying to move across the country. So the result of that, the combination of not listing as much and dropping listings and donating items, we are down to, here I pulled it up, 1,710 active listings, and we were right around 2,500 at the beginning of the year. So that's quite a drastic change or difference. And you guys also know I always say an active store is a happy store. If you're not listing every single day, your sales are going to go down. You will see less sales if you're not actively listing each day. We are still doing the unsold each morning. If you're not aware of what I mean by that, I'll have a video pop up at the end for you to show you how to do the unsolds and talk more in depth about that. But you just basically manually in listings that are going to end on their own and sell similar to put them back in the store. Kind of gives your store a little bit of activity. So we've been doing that and a lot of the other best practices I teach you guys to keep our store as alive as possible. We're still on same day shipping and doing shipping each morning, but we are definitely feeling the fact that our store is getting smaller and we're not active. And that's okay. We have 2 weeks left to move, and we've got lots of other things that we have to focus on. Once we're in Florida, we can definitely focus on listing a bunch, getting our overall amount listed up, cross-posting and all that good stuff. We can do that once we're in Florida, but we can't do the other things that we have to do before we move. There's a lot that goes into moving. Most of you are probably well aware of that. And you can take that and times it by about 1 million things when you're moving out of state long distance. So that's all said. I picked out some highlights of the week. Again, I don't have as many sales to choose from for you guys. We have deeply discounted a lot of stuff on the back end as well. We moved a lot of our older items to like a clearance. I called it a clearance hut in our store categories. So we're selling those things at like $9.99 free ship. We're auctioning stuff. So a lot of lower end items are selling as well, or things that we've deeply discounted. And I'm not going to show those to you because you guys don't come to the What Sold videos to see what you can sell for the least amount of money. So I did pick out all the Plush as always, and I got some really good bread and butter, solid bread and butter brands. And I did pick out a handful of t-shirts to kind of give you an idea of the ones that we're selling between $12 and $15 right now. We are kind of dropping prices. It's less to move, right? Well, let's jump on in. I have talked at you long enough. You're waiting to see the stuff. That's what you came here for. So we'll start with this Nanko Rehoboth Beach racehorse. Number 5. He is a black pony with a blue ribbon. He's super cute. I got him at the Goodwill for 50 cents. And you guys, racehorses of any kind are a good buy. Most are going to be bread and butter, and some are going to be bolo. You'll be surprised, just depending on the brand, the race the horse was involved in. Of course, like the Kentucky Derby is more famous than the Rehoboth Beach. But I always pick up horses, period, but especially racing horses. So this guy was 50 cents. He sold for our $17.81 on our 25% off sale over the weekend. We always run 20% off sales in our store. Over the weekend and holidays, we'll typically kick that up to 25%. And at the end of this video, I will have that video pop up as well. So you'll see a video on how to do the unsolds and how we do our sales. So you can kind of get an idea of that. The horse has not shipped because he sold over the weekend, but he will go first class. Here is a Greatest Show on Earth white tiger from the Ringling Brothers. He's got the Greatest Show on Earth little tag there. He is by Fiesta. Fiesta's kind of a lower end bread and butter and sometimes poop brand of plush. But this tiger is from the circus. He's got the Greatest Show on Earth. So I decided to, go ahead and take a risk on him. I believe he was 50 cents as well. Now his tag says he's 13 inches, but I measure from head to tail and show that to the buyer, so it says 17 inches in the title. The tiger sold for $12.99, and he will ship tomorrow first class. Then we have a Build-A-Bear Golden Retriever. This is a yellow lab or a golden retriever by Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear is a solid, tried and true bread and butter brand for me. I pick up all the plain bears, the plain dogs, the plain cats, any of them. And I typically sell them between $18 and $22. And then the more special, limited edition, or recognizable characters from pop culture, always sell for more. And I always sell the clothing by itself and strip the Build-A-Bears. So I like Build-A-Bear. There's a lot of folks that don't. Good, more for me, less competition, because I do really well with this brand. Of course, the animals that aren't bears will do a little bit better. Probably sell a little bit quicker because they're less saturated. Dogs, they have less dogs than they have bears, they have more. Nope, they have less dogs than bears and less cats and stuff like that. So he sold for $19.99 and he shipped first class. And that was the 3 plush that we sold on eBay this week. And I'm going to show you these pants. I've never heard of Allison Daly. These came to me in a wholesale lot. So I don't know that I would pick these up in the wild, but I might because they are plus size and they are new at tags. So I sometimes will overlook a brand being a poop brand or an unknown brand or not a very good brand if something is the correct size, if it's new with tags, or if it's something with really cool graphics or something like that. So these were a size 20W. They were new with tags. They came in a wholesale lot, and you guys typically know my theory on that is if something comes in a wholesale lot, I've already paid for the entire lot, and the good items are going to more than pay for it and make profit. So I might as well list everything that's worth listing or going to sell. So these went up for $20.90 is what they sold for. They were on sale, or the price had come down. I believe I started these around $25 and they sat for a little while. And I just kind of lowered the price a little bit over time so that they finally sold for $20.90 and they shipped first class. Next up, we have men's American Eagle jeans. I love American Eagle, period. It's one of my favorite bread and butter brands. Men's jeans I like even more. Men's clothing sells faster and usually for more money than women's. So these were size 28 by 30, which is on the small size for men. But I still will pick them up every time. These were 99 cents and they sold for $23.43 and they shipped in a padded flat. Next up, we have an MLB men's t-shirt sold for $12.99. These t-shirts here that I'm about to show you, the Lucky brand, the RVCA, and the Harley, these all came out of wholesale lots. So our average cost per shirt was about $1.50 to $2, depending on which wholesale lot it came from. We had one buyer last week purchase 3 or 4 different shirts. This was one of them. And he paid, these are all first class, but he paid for priority shipping. And he had the 4 shirts shipped to 4 different locations. And so he paid for priority shipping 4 times on lightweight shirts. He had sent us a message. He was buying shirts for himself and his friends. So that was kind of cool. I always like it when they buy more than one. I like it better when they all ship together, but he paid for the shipping. So he paid $22.49 for this shirt. And then he had some others that were similar that he sent to his friends. The MLB sold for $12.99. The Lucky sold for $14.57. And then the Harley here, I took a best offer of $14 on. So we have, on any given day, most of our sales anymore are these t-shirts that we have in our store. We got them all from Wholesale lots. Again, some of them were $1 up to $2.25, depending on which lot they came from. And we've kind of, in the last couple of months, as we got closer to the move date, we were lowering the prices so that most of our t-shirts are now sitting anywhere between $12 and $18, depending on the brand and what the shirt is, the size, and stuff like that. And we've noticed that they've been moving a little bit more quickly. So that's something we're doing in volume. We're doing a really high volume of it. Some days we're shipping out 5 shirts in one day, and they just keep moving. They just keep selling, and they're all selling between $12 and $18. So that's like a really good example of doing, bread and butter priced items that you purchase wholesale for low cost of goods and doing them in a high volume and just keep turning them out. We have more than made back our money on all of the wholesale lots that we have listed from and purchased since last year, and anything that's left is pure profit at this point. So again, we'll lower the prices a little bit over time, maybe 5% every month, every other month, as I do the unsolds each morning until they sell. But they do sell. T-shirts are good if you can get them at low enough cost of goods, because they will flip pretty quickly and they will flip regularly, so you can do a bunch of volume with them. Most of them are going to ship first class, so they're inexpensive to ship. And sometimes you'll get people that will buy more than one if they're like a huge fan of something like sports related or comic book related that you have a bunch of shirts of. So anyway, those are the highlights from the week. Again, it's not a lot, but our sales are way down. Our average sell-through rate is 0.5%. So if we were sitting at 1,700 listings, we should be selling about 8 to 9 items a day. And we're really selling like 3 to 5. Some days we're having 6 or 7. So we're at about half of where we should be, but that is expected based on our activity levels. I can't wait to just be done with this move so I can get back to work and be done with this move. It is not my favorite thing, but I think it will be my favorite thing once it's all over with and I live somewhere warm year-round. All right, guys, let me know in the comments how your sales are going. I'm hearing from a lot of folks that the summer slowdown seems to be coming to an end and sales are picking up for a lot of people. If you're listing every day and you're staying active and you're doing the best business practices, you guys, your sales will absolutely reflect that. So just keep active and let me know in the comments how you're doing. I'd love to hear from you guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way out. Really helps the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so and help us feed a hungry hippo. Don't forget to join our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. It is in the description box down below, the link for you to join. It is a free group, and there is a special code in there right now for a very special deal I'm offering on store reviews this week only, because I have a little bit of extra time on my hands this week before we really get into gear before the truck comes. So join the group, look for the deal, and go be productive. Go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.